Right now, I think we should watch some cartoons, maybe make a podcast about it.
Yeah, why not? Got nothing else on.
Hello and welcome back to the Space Jam Continuum, the show where we try to make a coherent cinematic universe out of something that was never meant to be one. I'm Chris McLennan.
I'm Carl Noble.
And last week's episode was a doozy, Cal.
Oh, mate, it was so good.
I don't often say it. I don't often say it about our own
work.
But, my God, I listened to that back. I enjoyed it a lot.
And you enjoyed it? That's good.
Now I'm worried that the pressure is on.
What, we have to try and top it?
Well...
Or at least stay on level?
Yeah, we need to, we've got to at least plateau. That's where
I do hope we haven't peaked at 32.
Yeah, that's my lofty target is to plateau around now, and I hope we can continue to.
Well, I mean, as long as we're kept being like delivered gold, now, then we should be all right.
Because we've got because the end is because we worked out where the end is going to come. I feel like we're pushing towards something rather than just sort of pushing out to sea and hoping for the best.
Yeah. It's now more of like an endurance race just to the end, rather than a just right, go out, you never know when you're going to come back. We know
which is definitely how we started.
Yeah, so it was just this could literally take 80 years.
Yeah, right.
But then we hadn't even counted it.
Yeah,
so
we hadn't even looked to see
if we had looked,
we probably would have even the most rudimentary research before starting.
We could have went, actually no, it's probably going to be 3 years tops.
Yeah. But let's get right into it.
I think we should.
Daffy's back. We ended last time with the Sniffles one, which didn't explain much, which was good because we were running pretty long.
Yeah.
But next up is The Wise Quacking Duck. It's a Daffy number from May 1st, 1943. Let's see what he's doing.
All right. Stand-up comedian?
I was wondering, I'm wondering if he's going to be a doctor again. He's a quack.
Right, okay. Yeah. Let's see.
I don't know. Let's see.
Let's watch The Wise Quacking Duck.
Right then.
Do not try and kill Daffy Duck.
No.
It's a very bad idea.
He's had agency training.
Yeah. He's got mad toon skills.
He's normally wearing bulletproof stuff under his skin, but today he wasn't.
No, he's just wearing polka dot underpants.
Yeah, he removed his entire skin this time. We've seen how that works now.
Oh my God, that was that was so weird. One, you've got Mr. Meek.
Yeah, I don't know about him at all.
Incredibly strong. He was swinging that axe about like it was nobody's business.
But struggling to carry it at the start.
Yeah.
He neither had the build nor the attire for woodsman's work.
No. So we're on a farm, and it's Mr. Meek's farm, and Mrs. Meek has sent out Mr. Meek to go and kill a duck for dinner. And lo and behold...
Daffy's there just reclining.
Yeah. And the thing is, I don't think Daffy's one of the farm ducks. I'm thinking he's just landed for a spot of lunch, and he's found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He's leaning against the wrong stump.
Yeah, and then, all of a sudden, the axe comes down, splits the stump, and Daffy is right up in Mr. Meek's face. Yeah. Immediately.
Not a frame.
No.
No. But I think, the more I think about it, because we see Daffy do some pretty ninja stuff quite a lot of the time.
Yeah, he's pretty good at what he does.
And, we know he was sent to, deal with the Porky situation one way or the other. Something he's failed to do.
Yeah.
And he doesn't seem to have been in anything that would be akin to agency work since then. I'm worried if he's failed and is on the lam. He's worried.
That's what I'm thinking.
He's trying to keep out of this situation. That's why he's always just sitting around on a
random
farm
somewhere. But, his skills are definitely coming into play.
But I think he's got some, possibly some sort of super soldier program thing going on. Because, they've clearly modified Daffy Duck. Because I'm pretty sure not every duck in the Tooniverse can unzip its
feathery
skin.
Yeah.
I reckon, some byproduct, he's actually,
He's actually always
plucked,
bald.
He
is constantly
and
bald.
he just owns that duck suit, as it were.
I mean, like, the good thing about that is, that would allow him to put on, like, different coloured feathers and, infiltrate as different coloured ducks, potentially even just different animals. Because as long as he got the vague shape right...
But
that would be enough.
That's true. That's been consistently proven.
Yeah, all they need is a vague shape.
But he would need to be able to get those suits from somewhere. And presumably he doesn't have current access to that.
No.
But because I'm imagining it's sort of like Kingsman. Yeah. Right, there's a tailor you can go to get his various animal outfits.
So I need to infiltrate Porky again.
Because we've seen what it looks like when other animals are dressed up as animals. Like, it looks like a weird, like floppy onesie.
Yeah.
Like, Daffy's is...
Oh, yeah. It is absolutely spot on.
Hawks of Savile Row duck suit.
Yeah. That's it. So it was Daffy. Like, do you think he originally had black feathers?
I think so, yeah.
So, do you think that...
Because don't forget, we saw him before he was even part of Toon Society.
Yeah. So
I think that's his preference.
At what point did Daffy become plucked?
I don't know.
He does have the ability to tuck his head into the jacket as well and make it look like he doesn't have a head.
But that makes perfect sense if it's an item of clothing.
It does. That scene was quite gruesome. So, like Mr. Meek is like chasing him round.
Daffy does like to point out if things are gruesome. He stops for a moment and says, that's pretty gruesome.
And, Daffy's hiding in a haystack, and Mr. Meek chop, 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 chop. And then Daffy pretends he's had his head chopped off. He's got a bottle of tomato sauce, starts throwing feathers out, tomato sauce everywhere, and in the classic way that every hunter seems to do, Mr. Meek is distraught that he's hurt this duck. It's like, that was what you were going out to do.
But Alex, we've pinned this this property on guns before. No one in the universe seems to know what a gun is going to do until they've done it. Axes as well, apparently. All stuff, all tools. No idea what they're going to do.
Yeah, they're just like, I'll use that. But I mean, the thing is that, like, you say they have no idea what they're going to do until they've done it. The thing is, they never managed to actually do it. Like, you didn't manage to chop the head off.
That's a good point. Like,
didn't manage to, like, at no point has the gun ever managed
Maybe they literally don't know what's meant to happen.
Well, I mean, we have seen guns kill people, though. Because there was the rabbits at the end of the last Bugs episode that committed suicide. We've seen another dog commit suicide.
Revolvers, they seem pretty sure about.
Yeah.
But shotguns, certainly not.
No, axes, apparently not.
No.
I mean, like, there was a gun used at the end of this, and Daffy got all of his feathers shot off, and then got bundled into the oven.
Yeah. And then he turned the oven on really high, and Daffy made a load of... I'm presuming it's because he didn't light the oven, he just turned the gas up.
Yeah.
Because Daffy made a load of screaming noises. Again, the man panicked.
Yeah, was very surprised that he was cooking a duck alive.
His only job for the day, I hasten to add, and he's still very confused. Maybe he doesn't succeed at things very often. Maybe he's just like very confused that he's actually managed to.
He's running a farm.
I don't.
Or do you think his wife's running the farm?
Yeah, I was going to say from Mr. Meek's general demeanour,
it's rather meek.
Yeah. I reckon his wife's running the show. I think he's...
There was... I'm sure we probably cropped up with it before, but there was a small amount of domestic abuse reference as well. He got hit. Like, he's got a lump on his head from his wife.
Yeah.
Like Daffy said, while I was trying to give him a cup of tea, how many lumps did your wife give you? And it's just like, oh, that's just perfectly acceptable. It's like, what sort of society are these people living in?
I don't know, but we haven't really seen much of... haven't had much insight into what stage the human Toon Society is sort of at in terms of
that idea.
What is and is not acceptable.
Yeah, especially within a marriage situation.
Yeah, I mean, because I also don't know really how toony the human Toons are. If you know, like are they as indestructible and?
Well, I don't know. Like Daffy gave him another lump on the head, and it popped up immediately. And then, 5 minutes later into the episode, they were both gone.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Daffy comes in and whacks the guy on the head with a hammer several times, which would cave a normal human skull in, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
I haven't spent too much time researching this.
I don't know. All of this goes actually quite a long way to explaining how Acme sort of comes about. In that, if no one knows what any sort of invention is going to do.
Yeah. Acme just start marketing
They just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. They just go, I don't know, this is a thing.
Yeah.
Just sell that.
Sell it, yeah. To who? Well, to anyone that'll buy it.
Yeah.
We don't mind.
We don't mind. We just put a load of stuff on the market, I'm sure, and some things I'm sure will happen.
Yeah, some of it might work. I mean, that's obviously where the Acme hole comes from.
Yeah.
The paint where you can just paint tunnels.
Yeah. It's like, it's just... They've just made stuff and they're seeing what happens. Like, they're really all just feeling it out. They don't know what they bought.
Yeah.
They just go and buy some stuff. I'm going down the shop, love.
Yeah.
What do you need? Just some miscellaneous objects.
Just going to buy some stuff. I've got some excess cash.
Yeah.
Just going to buy some stuff.
Which everyone in this universe seems to have, excess cash.
Yeah, there's...
Or no cash at all. There's no in between. No one's just fine.
No. And I mean, you never really see kind of like Acme products and how much they cost. I mean, like... Daffy in this was using... He seemed to just be using black paint to paint a picture of himself on the wall.
Yeah.
To trick Mr. Meek into running into it. I don't know what his plan was if that was actually Daffy, but, He just used black paint, but I didn't quite see if he drew it or whether or not it was just like a couple of swipes and there was Daffy.
Yeah.
Because that's a very specific type of paint.
Very limited use.
Yeah. Oh, it'll paint a black and white Daffy Duck on the wall.
But do the people at Acme know what's going to happen? Do they know what they're selling?
Well, I don't know, because...
They just have a room full of stuff.
Like you would assume that Daffy hasn't bought just a pot of paint and hope it's going to... Unless it's sentient paint and you can tell it what to do.
Telepathically?
Yeah.
This is too far.
Is it, though?
Probably not. But, I'd need to see more evidence.
Okay. But, I mean, that would explain the tunnel paint.
That would explain the tunnel paint. And at some point, that's going to need explaining.
Well, it is, yeah.
I think we'll get some good data on that when the Roadrunner years kick in.
Yeah, because it uses it
then we'll start collecting some good data on Acme products.
Yeah. Like Wile E. uses...
Because that's where they feature the most prominently.
I think so.
In anything with Wile E. Coyote knocking around.
Yeah, and he seems to get the whole A-mail to him. But we'll come to that.
Yeah. But in the larger sort of socio-economic picture, that wasn't much. Daffy's on the lam somewhere.
Yeah.
He's having a standard Daffy Duck sort of
day
out.
Yeah, where he's just gone mental.
Yeah. And he did go really quite mental.
Oh, he did. He was really angry.
But
I would be if somebody tried to chop my head off.
Yeah, but I think he's something of a different ilk of Daffy-ness. Since the Porky incident.
Well, maybe he's seen some things and it's broken him a bit.
Maybe.
And he's gone mental, but he's gone bad mental.
Now, the next one is called Yankee Doodle Daffy, and it's Daffy Duck and Porky Pig.
Oh.
Now, I'm hoping this will yield some answers.
Well, I hope so, because we haven't seen them together. Well, at least not Porky III and Daffy.
But we also know there's a lot of facsimiles of Porky Pig knocking around in Porkytopia. But I think it would be imprudent of Daffy to go to Porkytopia at this point.
Yeah. Unless he's taking another crack at it.
Unfinished business. Let's find out. In Yankee Doodle Daffy, June 5th, 1943. I really don't know what to make of that. There were points at which I thought, I've got this pegged.
Yeah.
And then they were all dashed. All my hopes were dashed.
Well, it looks like Porky has basically just set himself up as a production agent. And he's the head of a production agency. And Daffy bursts into his office as Porky's about to leave on an important, I assume, business endeavour.
Yeah.
But then, he's frantically trying to stop him, basically just doing an audition, or at least he's brought a kid along who seems to be sucking on a lolly, and Daffy's doing the audition going, look, the kid's going to do this, and then he sings and dances and does all the mad stuff, and the kid doesn't do anything. He just sat there holding up cards with various bits on.
A ham, a screw and a ball.
Yeah, the corn on the cob. He held up a corn on the cob at one point, like a sweet corn.
See, I don't know what that one will be.
I don't know.
Like the other two I kind of get.
It's hard to say, but like Daffy is full on mental.
Yeah.
Now, like you said during that you think maybe Daffy's trying to bring Porky round by trying to remind him of the good old days.
He was trying to remind him of the good old days.
Like when they used to work together and everything was nice.
And then I thought he was just trying to stop Porky going to whatever.
I mean, he did. He did do that. So
he was meant to be going to.
Yeah.
Which raises the question, obviously.
What is he trying to go to?
What is Porky trying to go to?
Well, he eventually made it out the office and was sat on a plane.
Yeah.
And then it turned out that it was Daffy was the pilot.
Yeah.
And there was nobody else on the plane. So it was obviously a private chartered plane.
Yeah.
Daffy has...
As you have
taken out... Well, of course, he's got his own airfield. Daffy's taken out the pilot, stashed him somewhere, and's taken over. And I thought, it's an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
I was like, he's going to crash the plane or something's going to happen. But then Porky jumps out, pulls his chute, and his parachute is Daffy.
Yeah.
Not in like a parachute shape. It's just Daffy with some strings around him.
Reclined.
Yeah, just, but floating down.
Yeah, so ducks definitely don't need their wings to fly, or at least Daffy doesn't.
He's
just full of helium or something.
Yeah, we have seen Daffy fly in some very peculiar ways.
Yeah.
Like, he does not require use of wings. But there again, that's understandable because when he takes his feathers off, he hasn't got wings. He's got arms and hands.
That's true.
So he couldn't fly like a normal duck would, even if he wanted to.
What is Daffy?
Well,
at this point,
I think he was a duck, but whatever experiment they've done to him, they've mutated him
on a tiny human body.
Yeah, but
dressed it as a duck,
but with a duck's arse and duck's feet.
Yeah.
So I think they've just put human arms onto a duck.
Yeah.
They've just got tiny human arms.
For what purpose, Cal?
It's hard to say. Like maybe it's really hard for ducks to accomplish.
He can't pull the trigger on anything.
No,
with a wing.
No,
and he's not that good as an assassin.
No, whereas now.
He's not that good as an assassin anyway.
Well, I don't know if that was the end goal because what was happening is it seemed to be driving Porky crazy by just following him around and singing at him relentlessly.
Yeah.
And eventually, Porky's like, fine. Like, what can the kid do? And then the kid gets up and the kid sings. And
he puts his lollipop in a banjo case.
Yeah. Or a lollipop case.
Well, yeah.
I was expecting a Tommy gun in there when he first got the case. And I'm like, here it goes. And it wasn't. But he does the singing. It's, real deep voice. And then does some coughs and spluttering at the end and finishes the song. I think what Daffy's trying to do is bamboozle Porky into not killing him by just not giving him a chance by singing at him relentlessly. And with the hopes of introducing this kid as some sort of sleeper agent into Porkytopia. Because if Porky hires the kid...
We previously thought that Daffy was... Like, Porky had rumbled Daffy's attempt, and we were worried about Daffy.
Yeah. But possibly
I think he hasn't rumbled him.
No.
Daffy's still there. He's still trying to get this thing done.
Yeah.
But he really doesn't want to have to kill him.
I don't think he does want to kill him. I think he wants to take him out in some other way. But I really think he's planted this kid in there as a fail-safe. Because, I don't know. You could swap out that lolly with a poison lolly and offer it to Porky.
Well, because the kid at the end had a really deep voice and he sang something. And
he obviously wasn't a child.
Then he started choking.
Yeah,
and I did think poison lolly. I was like, he wasn't meant to
suck on it that hard.
Like that lolly.
No,
he meant to pretend.
So it's
because he's coughing and spluttering when the sort of black circle goes. That's portal closed.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But that definitely wasn't the child duck.
I was wondering if the child duck had just misunderstood their role in this mission, or if Daffy plain didn't care.
I think Daffy is capable of some heartless things.
Were they trying to get that lollipop to Porky sooner in the act?
Yeah. I don't know, that kid was rolling it round his head
Oh yeah, ducks don't have a skull.
Yeah.
Because the lollipop was bigger than the kid's head, and he put it in, and his head just turned into this sort of disc.
Yeah,
and then he would rotate it. It was
just, and the disc turned just moved around the kid's head.
His head was like a weird bag.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. Maybe ducks constantly have to like inflate their heads by going like that.
That thing where he sticks his thumb in his mouth and just blows.
Yeah, so that's why they've always got duck face.
But it's
because
also
that's
why he
them
takes
trying
so
to
many
like
blows to the head.
Yeah, because
there's not a skull to crack.
No, it's just a bag of hair.
Weird bag of hair.
Sack. A duck sack.
I don't know what's going on there.
We need more information.
Yeah, I think Daffy has been laying low in Porkytopia.
Yeah, I mean the thing is Porky seemed less, I don't know, maniacal this time. It didn't seem as he seems to be pretty chilled out. He seemed very keen to get somewhere though.
Yeah, I want to know.
And
where
I
he was
don't
going.
know where. I suppose we'll just have to wait.
It really felt like him skipping the country in some way.
Maybe it's all crumbling around him, and
maybe,
he was just trying to bulk because he had a lot of luggage.
He wasn't going away for the weekend.
No,
he's taking a lot of stuff.
Taking his golf clubs.
Yeah, but then maybe he's just gonna go golfing with some other despots,
or maybe he's just off to Cuba, and that's where he's gonna set up his new country.
I just don't know.
No,
we're gonna have to crack on.
Yeah, I think we should.
I'm really struggling with it now. I thought we had it on a level.
Wow.
But no,
we're not going to get another one for a little while. Oh,
well, we've got a bugs number.
We have got a bugs number.
We always love a bugs number.
Yeah,
especially now. He's much like the bugs we know.
Yeah.
So let's give Jack Wabbit and the Beanstalk. It's a bugs number from June 12th, 1943. Let's give that a go.
Yeah, let's see what it's about.
He was on just a classic Doctor Who-esque bugs adventure. He was just doing stuff.
He was just off trying to get himself a giant carrot, so he's visiting Giant Land.
Yeah.
Which is a place.
Yeah.
There's a beanstalk up to it.
As you'd expect, yeah.
Obviously. And he's trying to cut down the giant carrots in a giant's victory garden. And the giant is not happy about it. Now, this giant seems to be able to change size. Maybe not at will, but
I think just fluctuates quite wildly in size.
Yeah. Maybe it's to do with air pressure.
Because at some points, Bugs was sort of, I guess, the size of the height of his foot.
Yeah.
And at other times he was running around on his scalp, his hair was towering above him.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe it's an air pressure thing, and up there, they're kind of smaller, and as they move up and down and the altitude changes, they get bigger and smaller. I
don't know, like a pufferfish giant.
I don't know why they would do that. I don't know.
It just might be.
Yeah, I think that's just the way it is. But this one's much larger than any giant we've seen so far, I think.
Yeah.
Because
it creates a full-on canyon when he falls.
Like when he lands down on Earth, it's massive.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge. And he survives that fall. So very robust. At one point, Bugs ran in one ear, and the eardrum was just a drum.
Yeah.
And ran through the head.
Of which he took full advantage.
Obviously, because you're going to bang on the way past. But then he ran through and came out the other ear. And that made me think, maybe giants aren't giants. Maybe they're just giant constructs that are being controlled. And, Bugs was just running through a passageway. But then he definitely did just seem to be alive.
Yeah, I know.
As opposed to just an automaton.
Yeah, it was very strange. So the broad strokes of the plot were that Bugs has gone up there to get a giant carrot.
Yeah.
The giant goes, "Stop digging up my victory garden." Bugs challenges him to a duel, which is something historical that Bugs, just because he's a time traveling rabbit, I think he sometimes gets mixed up as to which
which timeline he's
customs are appropriate.
But it does explain why he's got his gloves on at all times.
That's why he's got gloves.
Yeah, to formalise duels.
Formalise duels. Just to slap people about.
Yeah.
Challenge them to duels. But then, he spends most of the rest of the episode just tormenting this giant. And I think in the middle, he says the giant must be a hit with the ladies. He reads his palm and says this heartline. He must be a regular Don Juan. And the giant says, no, I'm bashful. And he goes, oh, are you kidding me? I'll give you some pointers. And I genuinely think when he was lifting him up to his ear, Bugs intended to give him some pointers.
Yeah,
like,
well,
he was actually going, no, maybe I can just make friends with this giant, get one of those giant's carrots. I just think he was lifted up to the ear, and he saw the eardrum, because he was whispering stuff in. Then he saw the eardrum, and he couldn't help himself.
Yeah, it was like, I'm obviously going to go bang on that, because why wouldn't I?
So I like his intentions, I think, quite a lot of the time, are to resolve things peacefully.
Yeah.
But he just can't resist it.
If an opportunity presents itself, he will take it.
For a goof. Yeah. For some japes.
Then he will do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's understandable. Like, I admire that about him. You know, he finds the fun in pretty much every situation.
But like, my point is that even at the cost of
solving a problem.
No, just like actually just injuring or possibly even killing someone.
Well, yeah, I don't think he's that concerned, really. I mean, you know, if you could travel through time and potentially dimensions, like if you know where things are going to go and how they're going to pan out.
He has no sense of responsibility for that power, though.
No,
he doesn't have a.
But I mean, like maybe that's something that
he doesn't have a mentor. He doesn't have a
no.
An uncle sort of character to tell him that
with great power comes great responsibility.
He doesn't know.
No. And like I don't know, like maybe this is young Bugs. Like I'm thinking because
he seems like, quite reckless at this point.
Yeah, like Space Jam Bugs. You know, he's
quite responsible.
Exactly. Like he's aware of what he's having to do.
And like the Bugs we saw in Super Rabbit.
No.
Like he knew he had to solve this problem that spanned time and space.
But he did do it in a hilarious way.
Oh yeah. He's not above having fun with it.
No.
At all.
But like I think the responsibility comes like the older he gets. And obviously, we don't know which age he is in any particular episode.
But so you're thinking that in his timeline, at this point, he's kind of like, sort of like a teenager who's just got a car.
Yeah,
and he's like, he's like,
I'm going to go and have fun with it.
Yeah, he's
he'll try and
he's a boy racer, but in time and space.
Yeah, space racer.
As it goes on, he might level out a bit and.
Yeah, I think he'll learn the responsibility. Either that or there's going to be an event which teaches him responsibility.
I hope we get to see that event.
Yeah, I know, me too. If there is this like cataclysmic event where
that suddenly just levels Bugs out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that's going to come up soon.
Yeah,
because
hopefully.
I like it when we're left in the dark for a little bit, and then something comes up, and we go, "Yes,
there it is. That's the information we needed."
Shall we go and check the Porky Piggy Bank?
Yeah, I think we should
before moving on.
Yeah, actually,
we've got some new characters coming up after that.
What we do need to check it for is old £10 notes.
Yeah,
because as of was it Thursday?
Is it Thursday?
I think as of the 1st, we can't use old £10 notes anymore, so we need to make sure we take all the old £10 notes out.
That's good to know, because I would have been stuck with a lot of old £10 notes.
Well,
let's go and check the Porky Piggy Bank.
Let's go have a look at it.
There was a load of old pound coins, some lint.
The lint's probably the most valuable thing then.
So it looks like whoever's been putting money in here thinks we're a charity and we can use the old pound coins, bits of other foreign money.
Yeah. I mean, it's better than nothing. Which is actually what it is. The old pound coin bit's a lie.
Not even.
No.
Okay, so first of all, thank you all for listening to the show. And don't worry, it's going to stay free.
Yeah.
Regardless of the situation of the Porky Piggy Bank. And,
I mean, it's fine. It's a nice looking thing anyway on its own. So,
but if you're enjoying the show, there are various things you can do to support the show. It helps us out a great deal if you do any of these just little things, if you give us a review on iTunes or a rating there, or whatever service you listen to podcasts on, just helps our visibility out.
Tell your friends. Get a t-shirt made up and wear it all the time.
All the time. But also over on Kaiju FM, which is our podcast network, Rob's set up a Patreon where you can support all the great shows there, and even for as little as $1 a month, like, you know, you can make a big difference in what we can do.
It is close to nothing, essentially.
It makes, even if you only listen to our podcast,
it's 25
cents an episode. Come on now.
Come on. Help us out with the lint problem.
But yeah, there's also other great shows over there, and there's more shows we'd like to do. Yep. But you know, obviously it takes a little to free up the time and resources to do that.
You know, some better equipment, so you don't have to listen to the cars outside all the time.
Yeah. Recording on a busy street, that's what they advise.
Yeah, it's good. We should just start doing it like literally outside.
But maybe. But otherwise, thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting the show in whatever ways you can. Let's go back and watch some cartoons.
I think we should. That's what they're here for.
We've got some new folks in. Some new characters coming up. Now, Hector's the dog.
Yeah.
Claude?
There's a cat.
What was the cat we had before? Who was the other cat? The camp cat.
I can't remember his name.
That's really bad.
It is terrible, because it wasn't that long ago.
No. But he sort of popped up for a while and then just disappeared.
No, because
Conrad.
That was it, Conrad.
So they're all new cats.
Yes.
So this one's called the Aristocat.
Yeah.
It contains Hector, who is the bulldog.
Yeah. Hubby and Bertie are probably
Hubie
dogs.
and Bertie.
Yeah. Is it Hubie? Hubby?
I would say Hubie.
Yeah.
Hubie and Bertie and Claude Cat.
Yeah.
Now, Hubie, Bertie and Claude Cat. So are they all cats? Let's find out.
That's one way to find out.
So join us. Watch the Aristocat. Not to be confused with the film The Aristocats.
No.
That's different.
That's
not what we're watching.
No. I mean, that's much longer than we've got time for.
We're watching The Aristocat from June 19th, 1943. So only Claude's a cat.
Yeah.
Hubie and Bertie are mice.
Yeah.
Hector, as ever, is a dog.
Living
in someone else's house.
But only in the dream.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
It's Posh Cat, the lady of the house, leaves and says to the butler, take care of my little darling.
Now, the butler is either a thumb or a worm.
Or both. Maybe the thumb of a worm.
He looks a lot like that worm woman.
Oh, gosh. She was so creepy.
But yeah, I think he was meant to be a person.
I think he was meant to be a person as well, but maybe they just run out of people.
Now, the fact that the cat's there in the house means that, like in a human's house,
yes,
means that cats in the Toon world, at least quite often, are very, very similar to cats in the real world. I think they're smarter than they let on.
Yeah.
But they know that they can have a life of Riley if they just
loll
around in a house.
Yeah. And occasionally are allowed to be stroked.
It's a little bit different here because he's got like
pajamas.
He's got pajamas,
a bed, a bath.
Yeah, presumably an ensuite because it says pussy on his bed and pussy on his bath.
Yeah,
either that or he just thinks he's a bit of a player.
And that's it. Like there's no indication that the cat is actually called Claude at any point. No one calls him Claude. There's no nameplates that say Claude.
No, but I think he's gonna. I reckon his name's Claude, but he just gets called whatever by this human woman because he knows he can just get food and
he
can torment
but
Meadows,
but he's obviously never never been outside very much. He's never done cat things.
No, he's been absolutely dependent the whole time. But he pushes Meadows too far with his japes.
Yeah, and Meadows,
the butler, quits.
Yeah.
And he's trying to work out how to fend for himself. So he sees in a book that he's meant to be eating mice.
Yeah.
And he's sneaking up, and he sees a mouse, and he's terrified of it.
Obviously.
So he doesn't know what a mouse is.
No.
And these mice...
They play on that.
They basically tell him, there's a mouse out there. And it's Hector, big old bulldog.
Yes. Living in Rover's hut.
Yeah. Combat ensues.
Yeah.
Ending up with him seeing the book open on a different page. It's got a picture of a mouse. Yeah. The mouse.
Yeah.
And it's the mouse in question.
Food source for cats.
Yeah.
Enemy of cats.
Yeah.
And its food source is the mouse. Enemy of cats is just a picture of Hector.
Yeah. So, like, it's a very specific book.
Yeah.
That makes me think that the woman, that's not like a library of books that you could go out and buy.
No.
The woman there just makes self-help books.
Yeah, for the cat.
For very specific situations that might occur in her own house to her or her cat.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like a good plan.
Just...
maybe more people need that.
Maybe she's got memory problems.
Yeah.
But she just writes these books for herself.
Yeah. Like possibly she used to be an author or book publisher or something like that, and now that she's got a bit older, made her millions, and she's starting to, lose her marbles a little bit, then she's starting to having to write things down a lot more.
I can see that. But because he's never really been out.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure what's going on.
No, but I mean the thing is he ends up chasing the mice into the doghouse, and then Hector comes along, slams the door, goes in the house, slams the door, opens it again, and then puts a sign on it saying "dog at work." Then shuts the door again, and then it all gets kicked up, and then it merges, and it turns into a bed in a bedroom, in Pussy's bedroom.
Yeah,
and then he wakes up going, oh God, it was all just a dream. It was all just a terrible dream. And then the two mice and the dog both come out of the blanket as well and go, oh God, yeah, that was a terrible dream.
So they're just all together in bed, like Morecambe and Wise.
But what that does tell us is that shared dreams are a thing.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, so shared dreams...
Because it's not like, I also had a dream, and then they discuss it, and then they go...
Yeah, they all had this, they were all in the same dream together.
Yeah, we know that, but my point is, no one... he just wakes up and goes, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
They know they have the same dreams.
So
it's not like, weird.
But what I'm thinking is that that's probably a proximity thing, because they're all sleeping in the same bed. So maybe when...
I think dreams are an actual entity.
Well, I think it's, it has an area of effect. So when you fall asleep... Yeah, you've got a 10-metre zone, but it struggles going through walls.
Yeah.
But, when you go to sleep, you create the dream world, and the dream world opens up, within a certain area, and anybody within that area is in the same dream. Now, not necessarily in the same place in the same dream, but they're in the same dream. So...
It makes me wonder if dreams are just something that floats about, in sort of a cloud.
Nah, possibly.
And you're just are you in the dream when you're asleep? If you're in this vicinity, if you're breathing in dream.
Yeah.
This point, and it's just
then that's the one.
I think dreams might be a specific entity.
That's it, because I didn't think we were going to get much out of this episode, but
we've got a seed of something there.
Yeah. That's definitely something interesting. We need more kind of dream sequences where several toons are in the dream at the same time
to observe really how it could possibly work.
Yeah, and see if there's anything else around it. But
it's something worth keeping an eye out for.
Yeah, I think it is.
Shall we move on?
I think we should.
Shall we go and see Bugs again?
I've
got time for a Bugs one.
Yeah, I think we have. I'm quite enjoying the fact that we're regularly seeing Bugs, which is nice. But what that does, that will leave us with a nice one for the beginning of next week.
Yeah, it's all kinds together.
Mm.
And we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it will.
But right now, it's just Bugs.
Yeah.
which bugs are we going to see? Like, where is he going to be?
I don't know.
What time is he going to be?
Is he going to be young, reckless bugs? Is he going to be old and wise bugs?
Old, wise bugs. Let's find out.
Yeah.
In Waikiki Rabbit, from July 3rd, 1943. Wabbit, sorry. Wabbit.
Waikiki Wabbit.
I really struggle with the Wabbit ones. I can't.
You do, but I think it's...
I struggle to deliberately say things wrong.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Waikiki Wabbit.
Nailed it.
July 3rd, 1943.
Right.
Older, wiser bugs there.
What was so important about those two humans that bugs couldn't allow them to leave the island?
I don't know.
Because he went out of his way to make sure that they didn't leave.
Yeah, because otherwise why would he...
Like, Bugs had no reason to be there.
Yeah.
Like, he's went there knowing that those two humans are going to wash up on that beach. And that in under a day, a cruise ship's going to come along and pick them up. Now, Bugs just went there to stop that from happening. In whatever... And he must have been there a little while because he's built a house.
Yeah, like he's definitely been waiting for that to occur.
Yeah,
so maybe he just got there a bit early. This is older and wiser Bugs.
Yes, almost definitely.
Like he's had time.
His puppetry skills are outstanding.
Yeah, like he had time to properly like Groundhog Day.
Yeah,
down on some skills.
Yeah, some solid skills.
Like, so basically, it's two guys on a raft. They're eyeing each other up for food.
Yeah.
Is for some reason one time. Like, so doing that thing, you get in cartoons when someone's hungry and you look at someone and they turn into, like, a pork chop or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
The first time that happens in this episode, it's a photograph of a burger.
Yeah, I was
Every other time, it's a cartoon burger.
I looked at it and I was like, that's very SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
And, like...
But then the whole thing had a bit more of a modern sort of...
yeah, it did. Like at first, like...
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, it did look very, very Johnny Bravo. And then it's like, that's a bit odd.
So yeah, so they're on the raft, they're eyeing each other up for food, but then they spot
an
island. They head there, they see bugs.
Yeah.
They are
eating a carrot.
Well, food. We'll get that rabbit. Bugs, leads them on for a fair bit. In one instance, they do wind up getting him in the pot.
Well,
he just gets in the pot.
He steals the pot.
Yeah.
Goes off and then just has a bath.
Yeah, he has a bath in the pot. They've set up a little table going, we're gonna have rabbit to eat.
Yeah. They start singing. Bugs joins in.
Yeah, and then he tucks out to his house.
Yeah, which
is
he
lowers like a
chicken
roast chicken.
Yeah.
Into the pot.
Yeah.
On string, like, and he uses it like a weird little marionette. So they get it out of the pot, they plate it up.
Yeah.
He's about to eat it, and then it sort of jumps to life, and he puppets it around. Which is... This is not the first corpse puppetry we've seen.
It's not.
No. In the Tooniverse, after the Willoughby incident.
But they're just not bothered, though, are they?
They don't care.
They genuinely just aren't bothered.
But yeah, so he puppets that chicken around
skillfully,
for a bit, incredibly skillfully. Yeah. Like he's a marionette master.
But then at some point he gets tangled, and that tangling makes the puppet bird actually go underneath the strings and then point up to where Bugs is. So he's inadvertently telling them where he is.
They pull him down from there, and they're about to munch him down.
Yeah, he escapes. They're not bothered about eating the bird, though. At no point are they like, maybe we'll just have this.
Well, they realise their greed after he pulls the strings and all the meat comes off the bird, and it's just a skeleton. And then they're like, we should have just eaten the bird.
Yeah.
But anyway, he escapes. Then a ship turns up.
Yeah.
And Bugs comes up to them, starts putting like flower wreaths around their necks, and going, we'll miss you fellas. Bye then, like. Putting all their bags and stuff next to it. But then Bugs just picks up the bags and gets on the boat,
takes the wreaths off them and just tricks them into the bye, and they're saying goodbye to him now.
Yeah, and then he leaves them on the island.
Yeah, and sails off in the sunset.
And then he turns into a boga and he turns into a hot dog and they chase each other down the beach.
Yeah. So there's
Bugs
something about
those
those
people
two
on that island.
So what's so important about these two humans? Maybe we'll never know. Maybe we're not going to know until, I don't know, like 2030, when we see the cartoon that, you know. Because the thing is like we're planning on, or we're not planning. We're working under the presumption that that's future Bugs, but how far into the future is this? Like, you know, 80s Bugs? Is it 90s? Is it the year 3000 Bugs? We don't know. Like. He could have ulterior motives that we're not even going to know about.
Because we know he goes into the future as well. Because of old, like, at some point Marvin the Martian's going to become a thing. And I'm pretty sure that's a future job.
Yeah.
Or at least sometimes. But, yeah, not sure who these guys are, but, like, they must be instrumental in some future event.
That wasn't an accident. Bugs wasn't just on that island.
It's a similar deal to Super Rabbit. He's gone there for a reason to fix something.
Yeah.
He's gone very Quantum Leap with it.
He has gone very Quantum Leap. Maybe Bugs does have a bit of that going on. Maybe he does just have a bit of Quantum Leap going on.
Yeah, I mean, I still think he's a Toonlord, but he's doing some Quantum Leap action.
Yeah, he's going back trying to fix what once went wrong.
Yeah,
but he doesn't just leap within his own lifetime.
Well, I mean, I don't think we have no idea who those people are. They're not dressed in any specific way. There's nothing to give away like where they came from before. They were just on the raft at the start.
Yeah,
but I don't think we're going to know.
No, I don't think we are. And as I say, we possibly might never know.
Well, I think that's where we're going to have to leave it then, isn't it?
I think it is. But we are seeing Bugs operating under a more direct mission-based thing at the moment, which is good. You know, it's like we can try and get some context to his antics, his goofs. Yeah, I think we've got a bit of them next week as well.
Yeah, I hope so. We've definitely got a bit of Bugs in the first one, but I don't know how small of a part. But we'll have to wait till next week for that. Until then,
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.